Understanding World War I, a comprehensive overview. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand wasn't just a tragedy. It was the spark that ignited a global conflict. This singular event set the stage for World War I, drawing nations into a devastating war. As the world braced for war, alliances formed sharply dividing nations. The Entente powers, including France, Russia, and Britain, faced off against the Central Powers, led by Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire, setting battle lines. But before we continue, please like, share, and subscribe. This will really inspire me to create more of these videos for your entertainment and knowledge. The Western Front became synonymous with trench warfare, a grim new strategy that redefined combat. Soldiers found themselves in a stalemate, fighting for inches of ground amidst the mud and blood of the trenches. On the Eastern Front, the war was characterized by vast movements and shifting control. This front saw large-scale battles that moved back and forth across the region, with neither side gaining a decisive advantage for long. Technology played a pivotal role in the conflict, introducing tanks, planes, and chemical warfare to the battlefield. These advancements changed the nature of warfare, making it more deadly and complex than ever before. Naval warfare took on a sinister new dimension with U-boat attacks severing vital supply lines. The British and German navies clashed, highlighting the strategic importance of controlling the seas to maintain or disrupt supply chains. Blockades became a weapon of attrition, starving nations of essential goods. The Allied powers' blockade aimed to cripple the Central Powers economically, leading to widespread shortages and contributing to the war's global impact. As colonies and distant nations were drawn into the conflict, the world saw the true extent of global warfare. Troops from Africa, Asia, and beyond fought in foreign lands, showcasing the far-reaching influence of European empires. The Russian Revolution emerged from the ashes of war, exhaustion, and discontent. The fall of the Tsar reshaped Eastern Europe and signaled the rise of a new ideological power, fundamentally altering the world's political landscape. When America joined the fray in 1917, the tide began to turn. The influx of fresh troops and resources reinvigorated the Allied powers, shifting the momentum against the Central Powers and marking the beginning of the end. Propaganda became a pervasive force during the war, shaping public opinion and bolstering national morale. Governments skillfully crafted messages to demonize the enemy, rally support, and recruit soldiers, turning information into a weapon of warfare. The entry of women into the workforce marked a transformative period, filling roles vacated by men who had gone to fight. Their contribution challenged traditional gender roles, laying the groundwork for future societal shifts. As the war raged on, the Spanish flu emerged as a deadly companion, indiscriminately claiming millions of lives worldwide. This pandemic added a layer of tragedy, striking down soldiers and civilians alike, further exacerbating the war's toll. Economic strain became a ubiquitous burden, with nations financing the war through loans and inflationary policies. This financial stress led to widespread hardship, planting seeds of discontent that would have lasting effects on global economies. The battles of Verdun and the Somme epitomized the brutality of trench warfare, becoming symbols of the futility and horror of the conflict. These battles of attrition decimated ranks and shattered spirits, highlighting the grim reality of war. The tide of war began to turn in 1918 as Allied offensives pushed back the Central Powers. Strategic breakthroughs and renewed vigor marked the beginning of the end, signaling a shift in momentum that would lead to victory. On the 11th hour of the 11th day, a solemn silence fell over the battlefields as the armistice was declared. This momentous cessation of hostilities brought relief, but the scars and losses were deeply felt across the world. The Treaty of Versailles aimed to formalize peace, but instead sowed seeds of future discord. Harsh penalties and territorial adjustments laid the groundwork for grievances that would echo through the decades, shaping the future. War poetry and art emerged as profound reflections on the brutality and futility of conflict. These works offered a haunting glimpse into the souls of those touched by the war, immortalizing their experiences and sorrows. A disillusioned youth, known as the Lost Generation, emerged in the war's aftermath. Bearing the weight of what they had witnessed and lost, they sought meaning in a world forever changed by the ravages of war. The League of Nations emerged as a beacon of hope, an ambitious endeavor to secure global peace and prevent future conflicts. Founded on the idealism of collective security, it sought to unite nations in dialogue and cooperation. War reparations imposed on Germany created a legacy of resentment and economic hardship. This punitive approach, aimed at holding Germany accountable for the war, inadvertently laid the groundwork for future unrest and discord across Europe. The aftermath of the war saw the map of Europe redrawn, with empires dismantled and new nations emerging from their ashes. These territorial changes, while marking the end of imperial dominions, also sowed seeds of new conflicts. Technological advancements during the war had a profound impact beyond the battlefield, driving innovation in medicine and industry. The urgency of war accelerated developments that would have lasting benefits for civilian life. The Armenian Genocide, a horrific event overshadowed by the global conflict, remains a poignant reminder of the war's broader human tragedies. It stands as a dark testament to the extremities of wartime atrocities and ethnic violence. African and Asian participation in World War I underscored the global dimension of the conflict. Colonial troops were recruited to fight on European battlefields, highlighting the extensive reach of the empires involved and their influence on the world stage. The war at sea was a critical aspect of World War I, with the battle for control of the oceans being pivotal. Naval blockades, U-boat attacks, and engagements like the Battle of Jutland played significant roles in the war's outcome. The legacy of World War I is profound, affecting politics, society, and culture for decades. The conflict reshaped borders, sowed the seeds for future conflicts, and fundamentally altered the global order, leaving a lasting impact on the world. Literature of the war provided a poignant reflection of the conflict, with novels and memoirs capturing the harrowing experiences of those who fought and lived through it. These works offer invaluable insights into the human condition under the strain of war. Reflections on World War I often term it the war to end all wars, highlighting its devastating impact and the hope that humanity would never again experience such a catastrophic conflict. Its place in history serves as a somber reminder of the costs of war. Thank you for watching in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos. And as always, leave any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in the comments section. See you in our next videos. However, I am not a historian or an expert in history, but information below is what I have found with my own research as a history buff of history.